right? Find the value of sin x using the series sin x is equal to x minus x cube upon 3 factorial plus x raised to 5 upon 5 factorial minus x raised to 7 upon 7 factorial, etc. Obviously, when you apply the series, x is in radians. X should be in radians. This was in flow with the problems that we were discussing last time, because we had written the loop for finding the power or a factorial, and here both the things are involved. You are required to accept x which is going to be in degrees, because user cannot give you the angle in radians. Let him input it as 30 degrees, 40 degrees, whatever. We will convert it to radians. One job. It should also give us n number of terms to be added, and let it also give us something called as ACC, that is accuracy desired. Desired accuracy. User can say he wants a 4-digit accuracy, 5-digit accuracy, and whatnot. This is going to be the input. What is happening is, whenever the angle is in radians, every term that we calculate, that will be diminishing. It will be becoming smaller and smaller. It will become smaller and smaller, because it is some fractional value raised to power 7, power 9, power 11, and so on. So it will become the smaller value, and it will be of the order of 10 raised to minus 3, 10 raised to minus 5, minus 7, like that. Now, whenever accuracy is specified as 4-digit, in that case the term that we calculate, that term should be of the type 0.000 and then any value. Because when the first 4 are zeros, whether you add this term or subtract it, your answer is not going to differ in first 4 digits. Barabar? Are you getting the point? When the user says 4-digit accuracy, I should look for the term which will have leading 4 zeros. Now, leading 4 zeros after decimal point straight away indicates that this value must be less than 10 raised to minus 5. Or 10 raised to minus 6, because 1 upon 10 will be 0.1, that is 10 raised to minus 1. So 10 raised to minus 2 is 0.01, 10 raised to minus 3 is 0.001. So obviously 10 raised to minus 5 will be 0.00001. Or should I compare with 10 raised to minus 4 only? Any value that is less than 10 raised to minus 4 will be of the order of 10 raised to minus 5. So I can say that first 4 zeros, it should be less than 10 raised to minus 4. Less than. Any value that is less than 0.00001. क्या रहे हैं? हाँ, 0.0001. You try to write any value which is less than this, will have first 4 zeros. Fine. So we will be asking the user to give us this accuracy desired, that is number of digits, whereas this is number of terms to be added. And we will be reaching one of these two first. Either we will add, say user says add 20 terms, we could add 20 terms and we did not reach the accuracy, or the user is saying add 20 terms and 4-digit accuracy, we might get after 6th term that the accuracy is reached. In that case we won't add the remaining terms. Got the policy? Okay. So it should be less than 10 raised to minus 4. Now how do we proceed? Like, if you go on, that was my point last time when I said that factorial will go up to a particular limit, and after that you will have to go for long. Here if I said add 20 terms, the 20th term, first term has got power 1, second term has power 2, third has power 3, power 5, fourth has power 7. Can you tell me what will be power of 20th term? 10th term? टेंथ टर्म की पावर क्या होगी? What will be the power of 10th term? 19. लिहिलेगा सगळे? 19. 11th term? 21. nth term? 2n minus 1. It was the formula 2n minus 1, 4 minus 1, 6 minus 1, like that, 2n minus 1. And now think of calculating 19 factorial. It will be even beyond the limit of your long. So that's not going to help us. That is not going to help us. So we will go for writing the nth term, which will be x raised to 2n minus 1, as you have rightly pointed out, upon 2n minus 1 factorial. जो पावर है वही तो डिनोमिनेटर है. साइन nth टर्म की साइन क्या होगी? पॉजिटिव या निगेटिव? If n is even, it will be negative. If n is even, it is negative. If n is odd, it is positive. So you will have to write it as minus 1 raised to, you can't write 2n minus 1, it will be always odd. Minus 1 raised to n if you write, then for first term it will be negative, for second it will be positive. To n you write, all the terms will become positive. n minus 1. Actually we write it as minus 1 raised to n always, and we check whether we are getting the signs. We are getting first as minus, second as plus, third as minus, fourth as plus, exactly opposite to our requirement. So what do? We say minus, of course. Proper. But then again this is minus 1, so you can write it as minus 1 raised to n minus 1 or n plus 1, both will do. That is the nth term. What will be n plus 1th term? Substitute n by n plus 1. So minus 1 raised to n, x raised to 2n plus 1 upon 2n plus 1 factorial. What is this ratio? Tn plus 1 upon Tn. It will be minus 1 raised to n, x raised to 2n plus 1 upon 2n plus 1 factorial into 2n minus 1 factorial divided by minus 1 raised to n minus 1 into x raised to 2n minus 1. Comes out to be minus x square upon, एक तो माइनस साइन इससे आ जाएगी. This will be x raised to 2n minus 1 minus x raised to 2n minus 1. So it becomes plus 2 upon, this is 2n plus 1 factorial, that is 2n plus 1 into 2n into 2n minus 1 factorial. Ultimately it will contain 2n plus 1 into 2n. Though I started with saying that the next assignment is based on power and factorial, I could eventually eliminate both of them, because now I can write the nth term, n plus 1th term can be calculated from nth term when you multiply by this factor. What I should know is what is the first term, that is x. If first term is x, means n is 1. Okay, put n equal to 1. So it is x minus x square upon 2 plus 1, that is 3 into 2. So it is minus x square into x upon 3 into 2, 3 factorial. So minus x cube upon 3 factorial will be T2. Using T2 find out T3. So this will be minus x cube upon 3 factorial into minus x square, so x raised to 5, and n is 2. So it will be 2 into 2 plus 1, that is 5 into 4 into 3 factorial. You will get plus x raised to 5 upon 5 factorial. Easier. Every time I can calculate new term, I can say that T new is equal to minus x square upon 2n plus 1 into 2n T old. Could be my generalization for evaluating sine series, which I will be eventually using in the program. Okay, make a note. This is part of your assignment. Could be among first few or could be directly the last assignment. If you see the syllabus, it is there, called as sum of series. And that series could be anything. It could be sine, it could be cos, tan is difficult to generalize. It could be any series. So I have just written the first step of the algorithm as what we should accept. So in the second step, I will convert x to radians as x into 3.142 upon 180. So x will be converted to radians. Now I require a counter, because I am supposed to check how many terms I have added. So I require a counter, okay, and I require the variable which can store this addition. Is it not? Every time you will calculate a term and you will add it to somewhere, to some variable. So I require a counter I which is 0. I require sum which will contain the sum of all the terms, one after the other. I will be adding the terms to this sum. Then I also require new term, which happens to be eventually the first term, which will be x as per the rule. When the first term is added, see what is going to happen. I will have to say sum equal to sum plus t new. Acceptable to everyone? So x will be added to sum. How many terms you have added? 1. Where is the counter for the number of terms I? That has to be incremented. You will have to increment it. Fine. Next. You will have to call the added term as the old one. Okay, you have added it now. And from that you should calculate the new term. Okay. So you will have to say T old is equal to T new. You are copying the value to t old. Okay, once you add the term, it becomes the old term. And then you can calculate the new term as t new is equal to, this is the formula, but it is written in terms of n. You should write it in terms of I, because now I is 1 and t old is x. So you will get t3, rather t2, second term for x cube. So you will have to write it as minus of x star x slash into bracket 2 star I plus 1 into 2 star I. Wrong, it should be put in the brackets, because otherwise it will divide only by 2i plus 1 and numerator will get multiplied by 2i. We want to divide by this whole entity, and then this whole thing should be multiplied by t old. So I have calculated the next term. I have not yet added it. That addition is here at step 5. So I will be going back to that step, provided that if I is less than, ith term is added, no? I tells us, so I is less than n, then we should go. Because when I becomes n, we have already added nth term. I less than n. And I am also required to check the accuracy. Who will tell us the accuracy? It is the new term that we are going to add should have those leading zeros. Okay, so I will have to say and mod of t new, जो term अभी हम add करने जा रहे हैं, if it is less than 10 raised to minus 4, then the accuracy is reached. But when will you repeat the loop? When the accuracy is not reached, means when this t new is greater than accuracy, I would say go to step 5. This means that we have not added the required number of terms and accuracy is not reached. Or other way around, how will you write it? As new term is less than accuracy not of it. A less than B का not is actually A greater than B, greater than equal to B. So I am writing it other way around. And then there are two ways by which you can come out. Because this being AND, if this is false, you will be out. If this is false, you will be out. But there is a different meaning associated with each one of them. If I is less than n, if you come out and you still find that if I is less than n, what does it mean? The second condition is false. You are ending two conditions and still you are exiting the loop. And if the first condition is true, second must be false. And if first is false, fine, second could be true, but we get the particular answer. So if I is less than n, that means the first condition is still true. It simply means that the accuracy has been reached. Are you getting the conclusion? For this we require that discrete mathematics for this logic and propositions. When I have two conditions ANDed and if the first condition is false, it indicates that the second will be true. If the first condition is still true, it indicates that the second is false. So we are using that. If first condition is still true, that means the second must be false because I am outside the loop. Otherwise I cannot come out of the loop. So first is true, second is false. Second false होने का मतलब है accuracy is reached. I can say accuracy reached. In I terms. बराबर है ना? You have only added I terms. And value equal to or sign is equal to, it is sum. Else accuracy not reached. So So answer after adding n terms is so and so. Okay. Answer after adding n terms is equal to sum. At the end, we'll learn something new. What is that? We'll ask the user whether you want to repeat it. Better. Instead of coming out to TC and again running the program, we'll ask right at this point. You want to check for some other angle? If yes, go back all the way to step 1. Accept x, n accuracy, and repeat the whole thing. That's why my initialization is here. Okay, that could be one choice, or it could be stop. Got it? This is going to be the algorithm for the evaluation of series, and let the series change. Let the series change to anything. Only this part is going to change. The entire program remains the same. Even if it is cosine series, only this will change. If it is e raised to x series, only this part will change. Okay? That's why this particular generalized program is very important. Right? And finally, before you take down this, let me show you the output that is required. I expect that the output should be, there should be value of I, there should be value of I, that is the number of terms that we have added, value of sum and value of the term. इस टेबल फॉर्म में आउटपुट चाहिए मुझे. First output will be 1, then value of x, and then the next term. So it should be possible for me to check on the screen कि पहली बार sum जब इतनी थी, this was the term, new term, this has been added to this so that I get this value. There is going to be a single printf statement and that printf will be here. लूप में ही होना चाहिए, नहीं तो एक ही वैल्यू प्रिंट होगी. लूप में ही होना चाहिए क्योंकि हर बार प्रिंट करना है. यू विल हैव %d, %f, but this will not suffice because they will be adjacent to each other. We will say %4d. So the number will be written using 4 spaces, 4 digits maximum. Okay, and leading spaces. When you give some format like %12.5 f, it means that there will be in all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 spaces for writing this sum. Out of them, 5 are after decimal point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This position will be consumed by the decimal point. The answer will be tabular. All the decimal points will be just one below the other. Okay? And 5 digits because we want to show that we are reaching the term 0, 0, 0. Similarly, the second one, now I know that साइन सीरीज है, ये 12.5 गलत होगा क्योंकि साइन का आंसर कभी भी ±1 से ज़्यादा नहीं होने वाला. दैट मीन्स बिफोर डेसिमल पॉइंट हाउ मेनी डिजिट्स आई रिक्वायर? 2. 1 to write 0 and 1 for the sign. So how many spaces I should leave? Not 12.5. 5 after decimal point, 1 for decimal point and 2 before. 8.5 could be the most appropriate format. Okay, but if you want to separate out the columns, then you can go for 12.5, or you can say %4d, then 2 spaces. Space on paper should be written like this, b/. नहीं तो आपको नोटबुक में स्पेस है ये पता नहीं चलता. सो स्पेस शुड बी शोन एक्सक्लूसिवली. Notation for space, a standard notation. So %4D 2 spaces, %8.5F 2 spaces, %8.5F \n will be the format, and the sequence of output will be I, sum, t new. यहाँ टर्म लिखेंगे t new. आपको और उसे डेकोरेट करना है तो you should give a vertical line between these two spaces. So वो जो vertical line आप और में यूज करते हो वो वहाँ लिख सकते हो, so that you will get all the vertical lines. ये जो मैंने ऐसे लाइन ड्रॉ की है, even that line will be there on the screen. Correct? Now when you want to print this title, that cannot be printed in the loop. So before the loop, ये हमारा loop है, यहाँ पे टाइटल का प्रिंटिंग आएगा. और उस टाइटल के प्रिंटिंग में याद रखो आप भी कि पहले 4 स्पेसेस जो है वहाँ पे आप आई लिख रहे हो. सो आपका टाइटल आई जो आएगा तो यू विल प्रोबेबली लीव 2 स्पेसेस एंड देन 1 स्पेस, ऐसे आई, और फिर ये 2 स्पेसेस और बीच में लाइन, मतलब ये स्पेस, ये वो लाइन आएगी, ये स्पेस. अब आपके पास टोटल 8 लोकेशंस है इसके बाद, बराबर ना. स्पेस, वर्टिकल लाइन, स्पेस के बाद 8 है. उन 8 में आपको सम लिखना है, प्रॉब्लम, क्योंकि वो 5 बचते हैं. सो यू कैन हैव 2 स्पेसेस देन सम 3 स्पेसेस, देन फिर एक बार स्पेस, वर्टिकल लाइन, स्पेस, फिर एक बार 4 है अब. अच्छा, देन 2 स्पेसेस, टर्म, 2 स्पेसेस, एंड देन \n. सो यू विल गेट दिस हेडिंग ऑल्सो जस्ट अबाउ दोज नंबर्स. But a single printf will print this. Then you will go for printing -- कितने, वो भी यहीं पे है, 4 और 3 7 और 8 15 + 3 18 + 8 28 26 और 2 4 30 तक, 30 - and then \n. So you will get a proper tabular output on the screen. Got it? That is what they ask you in the final exam. And then whatever printf you have written here, if you write that printf after coming out of loop, that is only -- so even that table will be completed also. Same printf, same size. Okay? Best way to generate the entire output. Every term will be seen, positive or negative will be seen. You can see that the term is diminishing. You can see that you are reaching the answer, everything. So when you write the algorithm, this decoration part will not be there in the algorithm. So algorithm you will have to write it just like this. From algorithm I will be asking you to write the code. That code should contain all of this. C program should contain the title printing also, even the line before that title also, actually same printf above it, -- then the heading, then -- then the output through the loop. And to have this vertical line, you cannot have any vertical line drawn directly through any printf. That thing you will have to accommodate in between only. Okay, then you come out and then print the last line, and then accordingly the output. Got it? Creativity has to be preserved. Irritating outputs नहीं देखना. Okay, make a note of the algorithm and try to write the code.